Good evening. I'm Harry Keeling, and on behalf of the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation and Alaska Public Media, welcome to Hangar Flying. This evening we welcome back our guest, Rob Stapleton. Rob's been flying most of his life. He started flying, I think, with his dad very early. He's been involved with model aircraft, fixing and flying them. He sold it at 16, and he had his license at 17. Rob came to Alaska in 1975 and started flying the usual suspects, T-Craft, J3, 150, 172, 180. He's also got involved with ultralights and the Experimental Aircraft Association. Welcome back, Rob.
Hey, Harry, thanks. My pleasure to be here.
You know, on the previous program, I think about a year ago, you talked about some of the incredible things you've been doing, like your 21 Iditarods, but what are you working on now? What's your latest project?
Well, I'm on the board of the Alaska Aviation Museum and on the board of the Airmen's Association. So I'm keeping busy with that, and then I'm also doing a lot of photography and writing stories, pretty much aviation-oriented stories.
Talk about some of, did you talk about some of the lecture series that's going on at the museum?
Yeah, the museum's got a really great lecture series. It's being sponsored by a community grant from the, I think it's the municipality of Anchorage, and Centennial grant with the Humanities Forum. And every month at the museum we've had a free lecture series that starts at 6:30 and goes till about 8 o'clock at night.
Now, you told me the last one was very popular.
Very popular, women in aviation. It was very well attended. We had 72 people. It's held at the museum, so it was great. We had 3 women who talked about their experiences flying in Alaska, how they got into flying, and some of the anecdotal things that they've done.
You know, I talked to one of the people in the audience, and she said it was really well done.
Oh, it was really good.
It.
Yeah, it was neat.
You got some events coming up. You want to plug those?
Yeah, we do. We've got Aviation Museum has a wine tasting on the 18th of February, but the next lecture that we're having is on the 16th, the Monday before that, and that's going to be neat because we're going to have some historic clips that we got from the Alaska Motion Picture Image Preservation Association, pictures of Will Rogers and Wiley Post when they were here in Anchorage. And then we're also, we've got another clip from AMIPA of Russell Merrill flying out of Bootleggers Cove, giving rides. And we're putting together some other things. I'm not sure exactly all of what we're going to have, but it's going to be a big surprise and it'll be neat.
So the next one's February 16th.
Yes.
6:30, did you say?
6:30 to 8 o'clock at the museum.
Okay.
That's a Monday night.
How about this fundraiser coming up?
The wine tasting fundraiser is on the 18th, just a couple of days later, and that is it's sponsored by Specialty Imports and Anchorage Wine House. So we'll have a wine tasting using all the hangars to have different stations. There'll be probably a silent auction, and there'll be some hors d'oeuvres. So
On the 18th, what time?
it's 6 to 8 o'clock.
Okay, and that's again at the museum.
Yes.
Okay. So 16th and 18th, put it on your calendar. And then one final event to talk about is on March 26th.
March 26th, we've got a gala fundraiser. That's our biggest fundraiser of the year for the museum, which is a nonprofit. It's going to be held at Merrill Field, not at the museum. It's going to be at Wings of Freedom Hangar on 5th Avenue. So that's the one that used to be called hangar.net, right across from Revair Motive.
So for folks not familiar with Merrill Field, what's the access route there? It's right on 6th Avenue, isn't it?
I think that's in Reeve Circle.
Oh, okay, right.
So
is there a sign on the highway side? I know there's one on the
5th
Flatline
Avenue,
side.
right. It's right across from one of the hamburger franchises.
Okay, and that's March 26th.
March 26th. That's going to be 5 until probably 9 o'clock at night. There will be a silent auction. There's also going to be some real interesting auction items, flight scene trips, helicopter trips. We've got one trip where we've got a corporate aircraft that's going to take someone down to Seattle to a Mariners game and then go out in the Puget Sound and cruise around. So we'll have some real interesting things. Be surprised. That's going to honor, that's for the Hall of Fame, and it's going to honor Frank Dorbrandt, George Pappas, and Orrin Hudson.
Wow. Okay, so I think hopefully our viewers have got the dates and times, and it sounds like some pretty great events.
Well, I think you can't miss, on these events.
So thanks for being on the program tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob's going to be back on next time, so we're talking about Monday, and we're going to show you some of his really fantastic pictures. He's a professional aviation photographer, and he's got some great work. So tune in, and you'll see some great pictures of airplanes and things that we all love. In the meantime, I want to remind you that the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation is member supported. The board of directors is unpaid. We're able to bring you programs like hangar flying, our fall and spring safety seminars, only with your help as members. So if you haven't renewed for 2015, please go on our website and renew, because we're counting on you to keep this program going. Until next time, fly safe.